We've had one of the worst wildfire seasons across the West with days and months of smoke. Pretty tough to tolerate. 4 of our 5 largest fires in California history have happened this year. Many started by lightning, with over 3 million acres burned so far in the state. Tolerating the smoke in the short term is tough enough, but what does it do for us in the long term? Long term, like months down the road. There's a lot of talk recently about how we're going to deal with the cold and flu season, especially with an extra element of COVID. So how might us dealing with the wildfire smoke right now play a part of how we deal with the cold and flu season a couple of months down the road? A new study out of Montana, recently published in the Environment International, found a delayed effect of intense wildfire season smoke and higher number of flu cases the following season.
If you accumulate this wildfire season period, PM 2.5, in your system, again, during that wildfire season, one would expect a delay of 1 to possibly 3 months in terms of an adverse health impact, or specifically in our study, risk for flu.
I had a chance to sit down with Erin Languth. She's a lead researcher on this study and also an associate professor at the University of Montana and works in the Center for Population Health Research.
One would expect to see 3 to 5 times worse flu seasons in Montana associated with after a bad fire season.
The researchers looked at a decade worth of Montana state flu and wildfire season data. The study compared the amount of fine particulate matter in wildfire smoke called PM 2.5 to the influenza season months later. So why PM 2.5? Well, these are microscopic solids or liquid droplets that can cause serious health problems when inhaled. Languth said so they basically had to break this down to make sure that they were looking at wildfire smoke to put that data into the study.
So that was our big first step, was to develop these PM 2.5 layers, or fine particulate 2.5 layers. And so that involved pulling in stations around the Intermountain West, as well as satellite imagery. We pulled in MODIS satellite imagery, we did some modeling, and we produced spatial temporal models of PM 2.5.
She said because they were working in Montana, they had the opportunity to really narrow the focus because they don't have to deal with another main pollutant, which we have to in California in the summer, ozone. So this really was a very narrowly focused subject matter on wildfire smoke. So the next question was, any word on how this might impact the novel coronavirus? She said it's a little too early to tell. They will start to integrate that into more research, but there's other research studies, such as some out of Boise, that are now studying the correlation between wildfire smoke and the increased risk of contracting COVID. While this correlation for the wildfire smoke and increased risk in the flu season to contract another respiratory illness was only in Montana, Languth said that they are looking at other western states like California to increase their scope of the study to see what kind of impacts we have with the smoke and the upcoming flu season.